empty, man.
That was right.
So I'm trying to follow what Master Village showed us.
The channel with the channel. Yeah. Well, I feel like a wall.
What channel are you? I'm British. I have only channel 4.
I have only the English channel.
Feels light.
Very good. Very good.
Well, charge up.
We're ready to go. I'm fired up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just I'm trying to constantly use like the combo. That was good. That's good.
Master confirmed some of our stuff already, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing I've been telling Mikey.
Alright, oh, wow. It's like you're a foot. Like underneath me.
Look. Go. Just go.
Oh, and then you just.
The thing is, don't hesitate.
Yeah. If you think,
Yeah.
you see now you can come to it. If I stop, so you go like.
See, let the gym
Once you
take
have it.
let the gym take care of itself. Don't do anything.
Good. It's very light, man.
Oh. There's like a piercing in there.
Oh, are you okay?
Ah, okay. Well, it's just the physical.
That was good, man. That was really good. Becoming harmonies, man.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That was good. That was really good. But look at how you just turned.
Dwight is Puff Daddy, you Gym Daddy.
I'm the Puff the Magic Dragon. How did that feel, man? Like,
Oh, it's weird. It's like.
What are you like trying to activate one specific channel or the
no,
whole?
all of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're just like expanding and all. And your rollback is more.
Do it to me. Oh man, that was good. That was good, man. I felt you were going this way and then you turned.
What did you do?
See, he was trying to go this way.
Yeah.
I just did it.
I was trying to go this way, but it wasn't.
Big Daddy.
Mikey is empty. Did you go to the bathroom before?
I
Good, man. Don't hesitate though. Whoa, man. Like, Mikey, sit down.
I was like,
Whoa, man, that was good.
I want to see if we could bite on that earlier.
Come a little closer, guys. It's too far. I can't. I
Oh,
think the
it's fine.
microphone won't catch what you guys do.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to, but
That's good, man. That's good. It's good, bro. Whoa, Mikey needs a little. I'll edit that out. Like,
That's what he juiced us up, man.
yeah.
Oh. She lifted me up there. Right out again, see?
Man, that was good, man.
Lifted me up there.
So use the combination of like the channels, like Master they said. You know?
Or isolate one.
Yeah, or like okay, so use maybe your ankle
Ankle.
and shoulder, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, like they have this concept of the 6 harmonies, right? You know what the 6 harmonies are, right? So 6 harmonies are basically wrist, ankle, elbow, knees, shoulders, bird's nest, and qua.
Complementary kind
They
of.
they go together. So that's a 6 harmonies. Okay. So,
Is there the
so you kind of they're kind of identical, and then the other 2 are basically your pelvis and your shoulder girdle. They are kind of
oh yeah.
see
They're
they're kind of complements of each other.
yeah.
you gave it to him. You basically said, okay, do it.
See, when you do this, then you could go inside. Just like this.
Whoa.
There you go.
It's okay, man. Mikey, I got you. I got you here, man.
One more. Start. Last one. Come on. Oh, it's good, man.
All right, Mikey, rotate.
Okay.
Like the old men do a little bit of
The old
old man Tai Chi.
Empty. You timing me already?
Nah, I'm just turning off my alarm.
Oh, okay.
And you're in. We both went to the bathroom before coming here.
All of us are prepared.
So that was Evgeny who said, "Oh, you guys are slow."
No, he said he likes to watch it in double speed.
Okay. Oh, that was a break, man.
I use the combo
Meal.
combo meal, man, with biggie size.
Wow. You said,
Man, you got me. You got me floating.
I was there. So oh, man.
Wow.
The most vulnerable is when you can't do anything.
Yeah,
You know?
it's like, oh, you're like a baby. Ah, put me down, man.
I was with it.
Do it. Good.
It's good, bro.
You know what's happening? You know what's happening? You're
What?
loading up. I can feel it.
I know you were loving it. I was seeing if you could bite that with the emptying like this, but I know you would have blessed.
But I can feel you loading up on one side. You know? Like you're emptying here, you're loading up here.
You feel it, right?
Yeah. So I can look.
That's a good one. Oh.
Oh, how was it? Was it physical or?
No, it's all combination. It's I'm off balance already, and then you put the chin also.
Relax.
It's a good one.
Let's dance. Oh man. Just going down in an angle, like an angular downward. Just going like this.
Oh,
That's how it is.
That's what up, man.
That's what that. I was trying to counter it.
No, I could feel it. Like you became very, very solid. You know, like
felt
you
that?
emptied out, right?
No, I was trying when you swing me, then I'll swing you here too. But then,
No, but it's a timing thing.
yeah, I know. Try it again.
Oh, that's good, man.
That's really good. Yeah. No, but you still got me. So I'm thinking, oh, it's snake.
But the snake creeps down, man.
Yeah. Oh. You know, I tried that before with the snake. Doesn't matter.
Because this is that.
Yeah.
Is that the what is the white snakes?
Yeah.
What clicks out down?
Because even if I go like this, it goes.
Good to me. Oh man, yeah.
It finds its way, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not somebody here. No, YouTube.
Oh. Alright, Mikey.
Try the snake. Snake in the eagle's shadow.
So this is okay. Now you try to avoid it. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
See?
Yeah. Oh. So it's follow.
Try it on him. See.
oh man, yeah.
It's, oh man.
So I have to grab. I have to catch you before you can get
Because
me.
when I was sending you.
Because what happened with you coming right? Good. This time don't let me do. Don't let me catch you.
It's a matter of time.
Weather, right? See, I know in the other thing is like physically speaking.
Yeah.
If you get somebody's neck,
Yeah.
you already have them because
Yeah, that's fair.
you got their balance.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
Try to expand, Mikey. We do the snake thing again and expand.
And then,
Oh man, that's like big force coming down.
You're expanding, right?
yeah.
How about you expanding?
Oh, you want me to expand? Okay.
Like be empty and expand.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That was weird.
You kind of moved yourself.
Yeah, it was like I didn't get into that.
You expand, right? Bigger than the.
I didn't focus.
So what I did is I did this.
Yeah.
I knocked you down.
Oh, I didn't notice it. Oh, wow.
That was good, man. That was really good.
See, whoever is more empty in that moment.
They said it's the timing because it's both flowing.
Yeah. Oh, you did the downward.
Yeah.
It was light too, but heavy.
Light,
it's
but
light
heavy.
here, yeah. That's more internal. This light.
Remember
here.
when Master was here first tried that on us? Man.
Good. Good. No, don't brace. Don't brace. This combine with this, your knee go down.
Wow. Because it feels the same for you. It's light, but it's. Yeah.
Then move your waist doing that like what you did earlier.
Oh, the waist.
Yeah.
Oh, the.
No, for when he did that and do it, then you move your waist
Oh,
too.
okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, I was thinking about the other way around, but he did it.
That was weird. It's
That's
like
one way.
it's like you're spiraling with it, and I never know on my own.
Yeah.
This is the surface, right? Try that.
I didn't try the surface. This is just my shield. I'm moving my shield. My bubble. You know.
Oh, it's like you pierced through it.
No, then I had to turn with you. I had to turn my bubble with
It's
you.
like you.
You know?
It's like
So
I
why
got
don't we
to
do
move
that?
your
We
contact.
use the bubble on any kind of a channel attack, whatever we call that.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Open to the bubble. got me before. Oh!
Too far, too far. Come closer, come closer.
Okay, if I'm using a channel. Yeah, you expand. Oh,
What happened? I missed it. What did you know?
the same thing. But he's trying to go inside and just expand.
Whoa, man, that's like
Bouncy.
that's like swatting a fly away.
I think that's the way it's like expand before it happens, because once you're gonna get in, oh, it's a different one. I want this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wherever I'm holding, but I would have went there.
But it's a timing thing.
Yeah.
So let me do it.
So when he's doing that, expand more.
Okay.
Right. Oh, me?
No,
Oh, okay.
when you're moving him,
Oh yeah.
Okay, try it. Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Like
harder.
you're both-
So, okay, try that again. So, you do that in the channel,
Okay.
right? And expand. And you expand. Now,
Oh man. I thought you pulled me down in there.
yeah. No, because I feel the thing, I'm just letting it happen.
Oh, you doing it? Oh man.
Mikey, do one thing. When you're doing that, step.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Step back if you
Yeah, but when you're stepping back, use the combination of the channels.
Oh yeah.
What's up, bro? Oh.
What do you got?
Your stuff, man. You left in my
Oh, my jerky and my cup.
Yeah. I was tempted to eat all the jerky, but then I
So
decided.
you're calling him a jerk.
Nah, he's just his bison jerky, man.
Nice. You use footwork on that.
Hold on, man. What you guys doing to Kosana this week, man?
Susanna, I think he said it's raining, so he's not coming.
Kind of chilly out here, man.
Man, I came without a jacket. I borrowed his jacket now.
Holy shit.
I was standing here freezing my balls off, and I was like, okay, let me do Tai Chi inside.
What's up, dude? You want it?
Glad you're going to fight.
That bubble versus the channel thing. Ah.
Snake creeps down, man. Snake creeps down.
Yeah, this is the keeps up. Too late.
So, see, the thing is, it can be a
Right.
shoulder too, you know?
But they're from here.
You guys need wisdom to tell you how to use this.
Oh,
You guys get into it, though. You know, some of the
he's good, man. I mean,
Nah, man, I
Go
can't
on
do
in there,
trade.
cold.
Nah, I can't do trade.
That's how we do it.
that's
Cold.
what we're training now.
I don't want to push.
Okay, you,
Okay, let's do Tai Chi, man. And then.
Do a little Tai Chi, then we'll push a little bit.
Alright. Let's do Dao Net. Shadow Room. Shadow Room 怎么样? So we have here Fabi, Mikey, Juan the boar, and
wonderful.
the wild boar. And me, dumbass. So I thought we can talk a little bit about healing in the way we approach healing, right? So, I mean, it's obviously one of the things that you need is you need to have an activated, like, be able to activate chi, flow the chi, control the chi. So the way we do Tai Chi is we learn first to become aware of our chi, then you learn to flow the chi, and then you learn to follow the chi, right? So following the chi is like connecting to the Dao and the Dao's energy and following that. So it's a long process. That one of the aspects that we do is healing, right? And it could be self-healing or it could be healing of other people, right? And so, like there are different ways of doing it, but I think our way, the way we were taught, is basically you want to loosen up if there's something that's congested. You lose it up, maybe create a Tai Chi ball, and then kind of move it around a little bit. It works very well when you're going front and back, or
I think for
then
for
once you
those
do.
people who hasn't practiced it or who are sick, they need somebody
To help them.
to help
Correct,
them.
correct, absolutely.
Or for those people who hasn't practiced it,
Right.
then there's nothing to work with.
Right. Right. So they need someone else.
Yeah.
Like you need an external power source
Yeah.
to do it, right? So we can go in and we can do some healing, right? So you can create a Tai Chi ball, loosen up all the junk, right?
Yeah.
And then you can go in with a single whip into whatever is stuck. Let's say that there's a congestion or something like that, or there's bad stuff in there. You go in, do the single whip, make that ball, compress it, reach in, pull the stuff out, pull it out, and then the way Master Jose showed us is you can burn it.
Burn it. I was
Right.
about to say that.
So you can, he said, you can use your love
Burning with love.
to burn, like you have to send that and transform it into clean energy, or you send it into infinity, just throw it away. Just do it like many times, pull it, burn it, or throw it away. Pull, burn, and throw away.
I think
And then after we do that, right? So then we do like this press, where we take clean energy from outside and you put it in. Do it like 3 times. 3 times. So that's one of the ways we do healing. So what were you saying?
I think in all modalities of healing, it's like like when you learn stuff from Martine, and it boils down to intention. And in here, but you don't, in Master Jose, you don't want to use your ego
Right.
to
Empty out, right?
Yeah, that's because you're not powerful enough, or no, maybe you're not. Acting
So
that
that-
way. Yeah,
and no, and the
ego
thing
gets
is like,
in the way.
And then you drain yourself.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to connect to
and
your source.
use the
Yeah.
Tao to do the healing, right?
Because we want to tap into the universal
Energies.
energy source. And so when we burn it with love, the way I see it, how like you said, there's no ego. So love, when you burn it with love, there's compassion in there. And
There's
then,
compassion, yeah.
right,
Compassion.
instead of
Wouldn't it just be energetic though? Wouldn't it just be coming from here and here? And
Yeah, it is. That's also that, yeah.
It's all.
But you
Because
have
once
that
put an
intention.
emotion into it, then you're.
You have the intention though.
The intention. That's
Yeah.
the intention. Because if you put the emotion, it'll work, but it might also have, it might get in the way.
But then we talk about 2 types of love, right? So one is the
Well, yeah. When you talk
Attachment
about
type of
passion,
no,
then
he
it's
said
the
he said compassion.
compassion. Oh,
yeah, compassion.
yeah. Well, yeah.
The
That'll
calm
do it.
got
Absolutely.
the
but
calm
love,
of the compassion got hidden by the plane
by
that
the
flew
plane.
over.
But no, yeah, absolutely. That's the only.
Yeah.
If you're gonna, yeah.
Even with like external healing, like massage,
Even
or
to give a little bit of yourself, it's all
Yeah.
you get it all.
And you don't
back,
give
yeah.
anything because see, like love is of 2 kinds. One is love of one person towards another, right? Or one person towards an object or whatever, right?
Yeah.
The other is the love that's our true nature. So if we give that, we recognize that whoever we are healing is also ourselves. Then it's like you don't really use up anything. You're just expanding your awareness to know that the other person is not apart from you, right? So you're bringing balance, you're bringing equilibrium into that person. Like what's in me,
And I think
what bring into them.
To expound on what Juan was saying, I think when he says about the emotion, you might get tainted with an ego.
True,
Because
true.
sometimes it's like, remember that story with the Yogananda book about the deer who's dying, and after reading it, he had a nightmare, and the deer says, "Let me go. What are you doing?"
Wow.
And so next morning, Yogananda realized that it's his ego, not actual healing. Because it's like when you love somebody, you care for that person, and you want that person to live or whatever. But it's actually our ego, self-love or whatever.
Yeah.
So in that story, I
You
realized
want to hold, yeah, it's not.
You can't mess with the karma, right? So
exactly.
it's like the karma of the deer to go.
So when it pertains to healing, I think that's what you were saying, right? Like when you have your ego saying, "Oh, I'm going to heal you," but it's not actually you healing it in the first
Right,
place.
right.
It's not. We're just
You're just a conduit.
well, you guys, or whoever is the
Right.
practitioner, it's just a vehicle. The stronger your
Exactly.
practices, the stronger,
And the emptier they become.
yeah,
right?
the emptier you become to the source in there. And it's hard not to get the ego involved.
Yeah.
I think.
Because the ego comes into play where you say, "Oh, I'm going to heal you," then it becomes
Yeah.
Yeah, then you got a lot of people.
right. Exactly.
Even regular doctors will approach it from that point.
Right.
The real ones will approach it. We're only trying to help you.
Right.
We're not, you got to put in here. We can do this. We can do that.
See, I'll tell you about the thing, like from my own personal life, right? So my mother's uncle, maternal uncle, I think I told you guys, right? He'd become like a Swami, right? He disappeared. He went off into the Himalayas when he was 16 years old. And he is very powerful.
mentioned it
Very
once.
powerful. He's still alive. He's 106 years old.
Oh, wow.
And he cooks his own food. He cleans his own clothes. Just lives completely
Wow.
like he's
Self-dependent.
independent
Hermetic.
as much. Yeah, he's basically.
106, yeah.
So he, when my mother's dad was passing away, so he had, I think my mother's dad had like some heart condition or something like that, and he was dying. My mother, they had 9 siblings, so my 1 brother and 8 sisters, and they were all over, India. So my maternal granduncle, my mother's uncle, what he did is he basically, my grandpa told him, "Don't let me go without seeing all the kids." So he took a box, like a tin box, and he did something, and he basically kept his life from leaving his body. He did some ritual, and he preserved his life inside that box.
Wow.
And until all the kids came, so it took 2 days for everyone to come from home. Okay, they met him, and then he sat down to meditate, and then he released. And when he released him, he passed away. See, the thing is, like, somebody so powerful, he could have healed him also, right? Why did he not? Because it's not the time.
Yeah.
All he could do is help him say his goodbyes. He didn't want to mess with stuff like that.
Yeah,
Once you're going.
that's bigger.
Yeah.
Than,
So I think karma also comes into play when healing or you're facilitating to heal somebody. If that person
Can you speak up? It's
yeah. If it's basically you just as a healer, just facilitating, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. It's in the will of the universe, the Tao, the source, whatever you want
yeah.
to
So
call
we
it.
get out of the way and just become a conduit, like you said, right? And I mean that's all. Like even like Reiki and all that, they work on the same principle, right? But from a practice point of view, it's loosening the crap up,
Yeah.
pulling the nasty stuff out, and filling it up with good stuff, right? the other one where we learned is like the self-healing stuff, where you basically same Tai Chi ball, you generate a strong Tai Chi ball, and then you go around scanning your body for wherever you have something that feels stuck. You can stay there and kind of work on it, loosen it up, move it down, move it down.
Use the ball.
Yeah, cleanse, 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 cleanse. Go all the way down your legs, out into the ground, and then you can send the nasty stuff down into the center of the earth, or you can just flick it out. Right? Yeah.
Or the collective circle meditation that we do,
Yeah.
which is the same thing. Right?
Yeah, so we form that power, right? The kind of like get a big roaring bonfire of energy going, and then each person walks into the center, and they get cleansed and come out, right?
Yeah.
And but those kind of things we need someone like Master Jose to kind
yeah.
of lead, right? Because he know exactly how to clean people up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad when we did it a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
Out here,
we-
right? Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
pretty.
It was pretty powerful, man. Like that day, I went and I slept like
It felt really good.
Oh yeah, you said.
like in the afternoon. I normally never sleep in the afternoon. I was out for
Oh,
hours.
yeah.
That's good rest.
So I mean, these are things, right? So like we need to learn the different ways of doing it. Some people are natural; they know exactly how to do it. Like like some people, if you go for a massage or something, right? Somehow they know where you're suffering. Like if you have pain somewhere, you got a blockage somewhere, they'll know it just by touching you, and then they instinctively go to wherever your pain is, right? And then they'll kind of.
Another one is more like I had an experience with my godmother who one day she woke up and she's speaking in tongues.
Uh-huh.
And I accompany her. And she can see in her body, and the first thing doesn't matter how it starts is self-forgiveness. So she would bring up in front of the patient. She would spew stuff like, "Oh, you have to forgive your brother," and then the patient will be like, "No, I can't." Well, that's the start of
Healing.
healing, and that maybe, perhaps, who knows, could be the start of
Self-healing.
what was detrimental to that person's health
Yeah.
that led to whatever. You
I
know,
mean, there's more like you said, the whole interconnectivity of things, and what you said about healing, even connection with others. So maybe that's the start of a disease in the body.
Yeah.
Is that
That's what it is.
connection from many years ago and slowly grew?
Yeah, and
Never
the mind
healed it.
is so powerful, right? It'll store all sorts of crap in your body.
so tapping into that is the source of our pain.
Yeah.
So first you have to heal that before you get
Yeah.
clearance.
Yeah, and I think like that's absolutely right. And the mind, once we heal the mind, the body will heal on its own. Some people heal the body first and then the mind, but I think it's more important to heal like the mind.
Specifically the emotional for
Yeah.
most people, because even in the Western world, stress, anxiety, all that stuff is what starts everything within us that's gonna turn.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, it's gonna express itself physically. Whether it's
Heart issues.
heart
whatever,
issues,
yeah.
kidney issues, whatever it is. Sometimes it's karma you have to go through, but sometimes it's self-inflicted. So once you calm the mind,
Right.
it's gonna take a little while. It's
Yeah.
a long while, whatever. But if you start on there, then you'll start to see probably.
There's a journey of healing,
I've
right?
heard of stories also like in hospice care, for example.
Yeah.
When sometimes in like you brought up the self-inflicted thing. Some people they don't see any hope, and then somebody like expecting a relative to visit or family, then his or her hope starts to let go, and he's starting to heal himself or herself. And sometimes that little hope that self-inflicting doubt and whatever that is
Yeah.
could be the source of that too. So,
Yeah, I think a lot of people suffer from like two things, right? So one is like this guilt, and the other is self-loathing. It can be self-deprecation, or it could be just literally you can't stand things about aspects about yourself, right? Like people have all sorts of complexes. Like some people they don't like the way they look. Some people they don't like, like if they're overweight, they feel like, oh, I'm like you have this, very body oriented culture, right? Where you have an idealized version of what you should be, and the first thing we need to do is accept ourselves for who we are.
because I think, like what Mikey said, where the, the the disease or whatever that is ailment is due to it manifests in the body, right? And for those people out there like who doubts the presence of that, it's almost always like physical viruses, bacteria, but there's always something behind.
So even like these, like say like pathological diseases, right? Bacterial infections, viral infections. So in like traditional medicine, like Chinese medicine, Indian medicine, you have this field of it's in like Chinese they call it Wei Qi field, right? So that field is actually your protective barrier. So if you're well integrated and you have a good field, nothing will enter in. So a lot of times you'll see, like you might have experienced it. You're in a public place and suddenly you sneeze. You don't have allergies or anything like that. Suddenly you sneeze. It's because the pathology is trying to invade your space and it hits your Weiqi field, and it basically your Weiqi field blocks it, right? So that's why you sneeze. And
But
so,
sometimes it's already within us. Most of the time we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
already have the stuff.
yeah, yeah. Or it could be something that brings it out. Um,
Dormant, something dormant.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're not doctors or anything.
no, I mean it's just experience, right? We have
Right,
observed
right.
things and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, don't take it as prognostications of medical professionals or anything. We're just kind of talking about stuff, So,
Sometimes it all goes straight in your head. It's a process. And this process you also need to
feel the
work
mic.
with your own mind, work with your order.
See, like the hilo that I've been learning from my grandfather.
Uh-huh.
I was a sickly child, so every day I had to be tended to almost every day at that time. And he worked on me. My grandfather calls me Lolo, short for abuelo, right? And then I learned over time that, because we work with neighbors, and when we do hilo or massage, the first thing we do is to appease whatever the person has. First, we relax his mind. Otherwise, you want to do that to
Right. Yeah.
touch him or whatever. And then you have to gain their trust. Then there's like layers and layers and layers of whatever that is in there until that person is at ease. Then it starts to happen.
Yeah, and then like that at easeness, right? Being at ease. So, what do we call it in Tai Chi?
Ease. Oh no.
Song.
Yeah.
And that song comes in the mind. The real song is when you release in your mind. Don't hold on to anything.
Well, I just want to play on words. Disease.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so no matter how good or skillful the
Practitioner is.
practitioner, if the patient is not willing, there's a resistance, first of all. So energetically, emotionally, mentally, it's not willing to heal himself or herself, then you can't. So it starts from that person receiving the healing.
So like we have this, like the Taoist meditation that we do. This what is it? One is let it be, right? let it go, let it come, or receive, right? And bless, right? So these four things they do. So whatever it is, let it be. Whatever needs to go, let it go. Receive the blessings, right? And pull it in, right? So, and that's like we do standing meditation, right? So you should, okay, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it go, let it go, let it go. So then embrace, let it come to you, you know. So, like you can do this, you can release, like accept who you are as you are, your circumstances.
Well,
Whatever needs to go, let it go. Let go of your guilt, your fear, your self-loathing. Just release, and then receive the blessing from the universe. You know, from Dao. Like you are Dao itself. You know, you're not
well, even
separate from.
even in the lower level, I don't want to say, you know, in a bad way, lower level of the physical, just physical, mental, physical, they have what they call psychosomatic, right? Psycho, the mind, soma, which means the body.
Mhm.
So whatever your mind is thinking, it manifests into your body.
Mhm.
So even in that level alone,
Oh
shows
yeah, of course.
that first you need to clear that before the energetic.
Yeah. You know, the person I blame for all of this is Descartes, where he said Descartes, the French philosopher. He said cogito ergo sum, right? So he said, I think, therefore I am. He created the division of the mind and the body. He created the mind-body division. There isn't any. Your body is part of your mind.
Where is the
Your
mind?
body is a manifestation of your mind itself. You know, it's people think that the body has a mind. No, the mind has a body. And they'll say, okay, the spirit has the mind, the body has a mind and a spirit. No, the spirit has the mind has the body.
Yeah.
There's no duality.
Yeah.
Well, they say that the brain is here, but every part of the cell, it's a brain in there.
And think about it, okay, so if you think about it, you know, our human body replaces itself every 7 years. Every cell in your body dies and is recreated every 7 years. Okay? So in 7 years, you think about it this way. Like, how old are you now? 24?
25.
25. So you've had 3 7-year cycles plus another, 4, right?
Yeah.
So in another 3 years, you'll have 4 7-year cycles. Since you were born, you've already replaced your whole body 3 times. And you're halfway through the 4th replacement, okay?
Damn, I'm old.
How?
We're at our age
How are you, your body?
age.
How are you, your body?
Yeah, we're not just
You're not your body at all.
body at all.
But here's the thing: in scientific, right, we have what we call the DNA, and yes, you replace it, but then the DNA programs us to rebuild whatever sickness you have, and it's built into maybe karma,
No,
DNA,
so all that,
all that, right?
all that is there.
Exactly.
But how are you, your body? Like, okay, if you think about yourself, you know, when you were 7 years old, think of like a very amazing moment or a very important moment in your life. Think about it, okay? Think about right now. Are you different from what you were there then? You're the same, right?
Yeah.
How are you the same? Your body has changed, your mind has changed. When you were 7 years old, you didn't know much. Now you know so much. How is it that you are still the same? That you-ness. If you think only about like I,
Yeah.
the you-ness, you know.
You're the river. You know, just keeps going.
Yeah,
You're here at the beginning, in the middle, at the
It's
end.
the
You're
same.
always there.
It's the same river. It'll go through like the bubbly, you know, mountain spring. Then it becomes like a middle-sized river. Then it goes into a delta and then flows into the ocean.
Yeah.
You're the water.
Yeah.
It's
You're all
constantly
there,
flowing.
all
That's it.
at once, all at the same time.
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, I think that's why people who are so attached to their body that they cannot even.
It's hard not to be when you get older.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I was about to.
everything starts aging.
I was about
right?
to say that.
You have arthritis in your joints.
I think like if you're a 98-year-old martial artist, if you're still alive, right? Physically, you'll be like, oh man, I can't do it. But your spirit is still there.
Yeah, of
You
course.
know, you're the same person.
Sometimes what happens is the person gets so attached to it that it blocks it.
Yeah.
That's when you can't sense that 7-year-old.
Yeah.
That's when you kind of lose that and all you focus on is
The
this.
context is lost, right? So
Yeah.
you become very kind of, you zoom in
Yeah.
on whatever little problem is there. But if we are able to constantly stay with the recognition that we are not really the body at all, we are that which continues from a baby to old age and beyond.
And beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes me think I want to detach a little bit from the story of Lord Buddha at that time, Siddhartha, right?
Mhm.
How did he detach his mind from starvation? Although he ate very little, right?
Right.
So is there a special yogic?
No, so I'll tell you what it was. Okay, so there's a sect, very ancient sect of ascetics.
Is that where he belongs?
No. So he learned from them. So they are called the Shramanas, and the Shramanas were very famous. Look, they are called Jains now. Okay, so if you ever see a last name Jain, they are from that lineage.
The same lineage.
Okay, so the Shramanas had this very what do you call it? By the force of will, they will do things like there'll be somebody who'll say, "I'm never going to put my hand down. I'm going to keep my hand up like this."
One guru who's
Right? And I'm never going to put my hand down. And so that's their penance,
Same.
like their practice.
Wow.
Okay, so Shamanas are like that. They go very extreme. So Buddha, when he was doing his meditation, he starved himself, right? And then he realized that there is no point in doing that. You don't really understand. You don't gain anything from torturing your body. What
aside
you
from
need-
the skill of having it, that's it.
Oh.
What's the point?
Yeah, like you want to die? Okay,
Exactly.
fine, starve yourself. You know. But then that's when he came up with the middle path, right? So he said, okay, you don't have to go to extremes. Stay in the middle. Not too like we say it, right? Not too much, not too little.
But what was the account there? He ate very little, right?
He didn't eat at all.
Really?
Yeah, and he didn't eat, and they show like his
That's why
like the hips are showing and everything.
Became like those aesthetics. They were all long hair,
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
and just very.
what is that? The Thai Buddhism, the sect.
Theravada.
Yeah, Theravada. That's when they had the skinny and bony Buddha, right?
Yeah, I mean, there is like the
We're headed more for the jolly big.
that's the Chinese word.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
In abundance. Buddha of abundance.
You rub the Buddha's belly.
You see the stark contrast, right? They say, is that the person who's starving?
Hey, and the thing is, like the Buddha, after that's when he has his realization, right? Like you can't go extreme paths. You have to be in the middle always. Not overdo, not underdo. Just
Well, I think maybe that extremism might lead for some people to whatever disease or disease
Yeah,
that
of course.
you know what I mean?
Of course.
Whether it's cultural in terms of
No.
this is the way we do it,
See,
no way around it. This is the
there's-
way our tradition is.
like from a yogic point of view,
Yeah.
you be extreme. If you have the right teachings, you will get very powerful. You will develop all
Right,
sorts of
right, right.
siddhis. You like.
But
you-
some
you-
people look at Tai Chi this way,
Yeah.
whereas we don't practice extreme like, some people say, oh, you gotta, although we did standing for a long time,
But we built it up over years, right? So you're not going from 0 to 2 hours of standing. You start with like 5 minutes, then slowly build it up to 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, then 20 minutes. And like what Master said, right? Whenever you're standing, you also have to move. So standing builds power, moving circulates the power and kind of balances it out in the body.
So
you
we
have
went.
to do that.
All of us went through our own extreme,
Oh, of
right?
course, of course.
When we did standing or whatever, and you can acquire some kind of awareness, power. But,
Yeah, like I know, like with Tai Chi, you develop powers too. Like not just like fighting power.
yeah,
You have like, you will know suddenly your culture and you know something's going. You don't like you have no idea what that is about, and suddenly an idea pops in your head, and boom, that's what it is. Like I remember Evgeny used to like one day he came and said there was a sale going on. He wanted something, but he didn't know there was a sale, and he was driving past. Suddenly, he had an idea there's a sale going on, and there was a sale going on in something. Okay, so like it's mundane like that, but it can have a lot of you'll be able to pull out stuff from.
It suddenly appears. Things clear up. Things open up.
Yeah. Who was it? There was somebody saying like they're from New York, and the parking is always a challenge in New York. But whenever this person is a Tai Chi practitioner, he goes anywhere, there will be a parking spot that opens up right when he drives in. So he never has to go and like hunt around for parking and whatnot. Okay. So I mean it's mundane stuff like that, but you can see that effect of it in your life.
It's like ripples. Ripples.
some people call it coincidences for others, but whether you call it coincidences or not, you're lined up with whatever. You're synchronized.
Yeah, it's the
with the
same.
universe.
Yeah. But also I think it goes in phases. Like you could be in a phase where you're synchronized and everything is smooth and going nicely with you.
And then later
But
on,
then
exactly.
if your karma gets accelerated, right,
Exactly.
you have to burn up all the shit that you accumulated over your lifetimes.
Oh yeah.
Then suddenly you'll have like problem after problem after
Yeah.
problem hitting you, right?
It goes in a phase, right?
So you guys know, right?
Yeah.
Like and it's good when that happens. It's a good thing because you're basically
You're
just
burning
accelerating
some,
the nonsense that.
You
Doesn't
can
feel
see that
good.
in a pattern.
What?
It doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good.
But when you're in the thick of that struggles, if you will,
Mhm.
what have we learned from Master Jose? It's the same thing.
Stay empty.
Yeah.
Like
Stay empty.
Lord Buddha,
Stay
right?
centered.
In a way, that's like a part of our challenges.
Yeah.
You can do it when everything is good and you're connected.
Right.
Easy.
How about when you're not everything?
Right, when
That's
everything
when
goes to
it
shit is when
Right.
you have to stay centered and
Yeah.
balanced and.
But in this society, I cannot speak for everybody. But when he says, how can you be so calm and detached? Everybody's going haywire and hell, and how can you detach? You see what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they
yeah.
want you to be
Part of it.
They want you
Part
to
of
be
it,
like a
yeah.
headless chicken. They want you to be a headless chicken, basically, running around.
Like in certain situations, sometimes you lose it, but yeah, you gotta always come back to
But
something.
it's not. You don't even have to try. It comes back on its own.
well, even it seeps into our everyday language. For example, relationship. When there's a whatever,
Yeah.
and then the other person says, "How come you're not worried about this?" And say, why would I worry?
So
Even that little knowledge.
So I'll tell you this. Okay, so I'll be like, why don't you react?
Yeah.
Why don't you react? Why should I react?
I'm gonna go hit that green thing up there.
All right, man. The little green
I'm about
house
to
on
do
the
that
prairie. The little greenhouse on the prairie.
Yeah, we love that.
So why don't you react?
He's
Right?
working on his own struggles right now.
Yeah, you don't react because you know that it's not important. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you still do what you need to do. You act, but you don't have to like jump around and sweat bullets and like
And
the
also,
world is on fire.
You just have to make the most of what you are.
you've heard this from personal, that said, "Oh, so you're acting like God." That everything is so calm and But even in that language, you would see that in everyday language.
The expectation is right? That you be like involved in the drama, right?
Well, not only that, but then it's that you're subjected to suffer also, and then why you're not participating?
Yeah. Why aren't you suffering with me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why aren't you not with
Yeah.
me in this?
Like, why aren't you beating your chest and flailing
Exactly.
around on the ground?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Woe is me. No, you don't have to. like the people who have that equanimity are the ones who are the sensible ones, right?
But if you look at it this way, in any relationship, a couple, right, there should be balance, right? If one is panicking, for example, one should be
Yin yang.
yin yang.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if both of you are
Good.
going crazy, then nothing will happen.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like that's a balance. The yin yang balance needs to be there.
Or maybe if one is going too high, then say, oh, hey.
Or you be in Tai Chi.
Right.
It's like there's no extremes.
No.
Everything is like very harmony in the center. You're going in the center.
Politics,
Politics.
same thing, right? When you say, oh, how do you be detached where all this craziness going around, both sides, blaming one another, fighting. But that doesn't mean that, like, being involved in politics.
Are you going to
Yeah.
house on the prairie? Okay.
I'm next too,
All right.
because it's cold.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you mentioned being neutral in politics. But on the other hand, we also need to be part of it because we're involved.
See, there's
Like in a family, for
no.
example. Right?
So the thing is, you can be involved. You can have opinion. You can cast your
being
vote.
neutral at the same time.
But don't get caught up in it, right? Like, okay, yeah, I mean, I think Trump is an ass, okay? But why get caught up? Why get caught up in it, right?
You can't.
I mean, you can't. And like, what value does it? Like, this is something that we have to learn, and we cannot change people's minds unless they are willing to change. Usually, what happens in this kind of political or anything that's polarized, the sides are already picked. Nobody wants to have a conversation. They want to win.
Well, if somebody declares I'm a conservative, you can't change their mind.
No, that's what. Like, they don't want to.
I'm a liberal.
They don't
Yeah.
want to. Yeah, no, they don't want to basically change their mind. They want to win the argument.
Well, you know
That's
what?
it.
Yeah.
Maybe because it has something to do with the identification and ego, right?
It's fear. It's
Fear.
based in fear. So what you oppose, what you're afraid of.
Well, also, like I said, it has to do with the identification. Because when they say, no, I'm not that, I believe in these ideas.
No, but that identification. What is the root of that identification? It's fear. You identify as something because you're afraid that if you don't identify as that,
you
you're
lose it.
not just that, you're
Yeah.
inconsequential, right? Insignificant.
Right.
So when a conservative says that they're a conservative and like they're vehemently conservative, like extreme, that's because they're afraid of what their life
Well,
is
like,
going
for
to
example-
be. They give up that, because that's all they are.
Like, for example, music. Both of you are musicians, right? When you crystallize into your own style, personal style, and then somebody says, you're stuck in that style, whatever. Can you play something different?
Right.
And then you say, well, this is mine, my own thing.
I'm game, man. I'll play.
Right.
I just have to learn it. That's
Well,
all.
some musicians or artists, whatever you want, they're afraid to move forward from that because they've been.
Well, I think you're
You
talking
know?
about. Well, yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, it's what they do. And some of them is because it's if they're successful in an industry, that's what they're gonna want you to do.
Right.
Just keep
Right, if they've
them
been
the
known
same-
That's
for
the
that.
money maker, right? So
Yeah.
you just
Now
keep
they're
churning out the
scared
same
to
stuff.
move forward. They don't have any progress because they've been whatever
Right,
style they're
right.
into. If you're Santana, you're playing Santana all your life.
Yeah. I mean, some of them are like
My thing.
it's okay. Is that a?
No, somebody was just chasing something. That's what I'm watching. I listen.
All right, man. I think we can wrap it up today.
I think so.
Yeah, it's kind of cold. We talked quite a bit about stuff, and all right. Next time.
If they get chilly.
Oh, yeah.